guys, so in today's video I am going to be doing my 1-month postpartum update. I could not believe that I had my baby girl a month ago. It's absolutely crazy. The time has literally flown by. Like, I just can't believe that she's a month old. She is sleeping right now and I don't want to wake her up from her nap, but I will show you and insert clips of her. If she does wake up through the video, then I will bring her in here. She's still in her jams and she's been sleeping. She's been napping for a little bit now, so I'm not going to wake her up for the sake of a video. So I'll just talk about all the things that have been going on. And yeah, so if you want to see how much weight I've lost and updates on the baby and all that stuff, just keep watching the video. So first I want to update you guys on baby Blake. So she had her midwife appointment yesterday. So she is 4 weeks old, or 1 month old, and she weighs in at 11 pounds and 1 ounce. So she's a big girl. She was 9 pounds 10 ounces when she was born, so she's put on a good amount of weight. And she is exclusively breastfed. And the running joke in my family and with my midwives and stuff is that I produce cream and not milk, because she's a big baby and she yeah, she's just doing really well. She's super healthy. Everything looks great. She is definitely fair skin. Like, she has like almost like a ivory, light skin, light complexion. She has blue eyes. Obviously my husband and I have blue eyes. Right now her eyes are more my color, like they're a darker blue, but I think that they could like lighten up as time goes on. Her belly button, like the black part of her belly button, has finally come out, so that's great. I think it came out officially like a week ago, but like the remaining like gunk and stuff is finally gone. And she has strawberry blonde hair at the back, but all of the hair, kind of the newer ones that are coming in, are like bleach blonde. Her eyebrows are super light, so she's definitely fair like her dad. She has quite sensitive skin. I don't have sensitive skin. I'm more olive toned, and my husband does have sensitive skin, and so does my mom. So she got a bit of a combination of my mom's skin and of course my husband's skin. So she is very sensitive. She will get a rash here and there, which is totally normal, especially for newborns. But yeah, she's got sensitive skin. She looks a lot like me as a baby, but I do think she's 50-50 of Colin and I, because at first it was like, oh, she's my daughter, like she looks identical to me. But right across here is not me. It's definitely my husband. So she has his eyes, his eyebrows, and I think because she has his coloring, I see a little bit more of him, but everybody's still saying that they just see me. And actually she looks a lot like my dad and my brother. So she's definitely on my, like my side of the family. But obviously that can change as she gets older. So she got a good report from the midwife. She is super healthy. Like I said, she's exclusively breastfeeding. And a lot of people, I know it's very common, and have told me that my nipples will be very sore from breastfeeding and stuff like that. But honestly, I've had 0 problems breastfeeding, and I've had 0 problems with my nipples. They're not even remotely sore. I don't have to use any sort of nipple butter or anything. I know a lot of women can get blisters and cracks and it can be very sore, but for me, I didn't experience any of that, so I count my blessings for that I didn't have any issues breastfeeding. She probably feeds, it depends, like when she's awake she'll feed every like hour, but if she's sleeping, like she'll sleep, like her naps now are about 2 hours, and she'll feed like 2.5 hours. She'll feed right when she wakes up, and then she'll either go right back down, or within another hour and a half she'll be feeding again. In terms of at nighttime, she is now sleeping, sorry, my phone just went off. She is now sleeping at stretches of anywhere from 5 to 6 hours straight. So right now we have a bedtime routine, because I know you can't really sleep train a baby until they're about 6 to 8 weeks, but I thought it doesn't hurt to try introducing a routine now, and it has paid off big time. So I can do a separate video on that, but I'll just kind of mention it. So at 6:30 every night she gets a bath. We don't always use soap. Sometimes we just use water, and it's not drying out her skin or anything. It's perfectly fine to do that every night, and it relaxes her, and she knows that that's kind of bedtime is coming up. So we give her a bath around 6:30, between 6 and 6:30. She'll get a bath. I put baby oil on her, and then I put her moisturizer on, get her jammies on, change her diaper, feed her, and then I put her down. Typically, I'll put her down around, I'd say average is like between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. And last night, it depends on the night. Some nights she will cry, and like within 20 minutes of putting her down, I pick her up. I'll either nurse her again, or I'll just lightly rock her till she's asleep, and then I put her down. She typically wakes up again once I put her down, but she knows how to soothe herself, so she'll either stay down a second time, or the most that she will wake up is 3 times. By the 3rd time, she'll be down and she'll be out, and she'll sleep 5 to 6 hours, which is awesome, especially for a 4-week-old baby. And I do think it has to do with her size, because she's a bigger baby, she just sleeps better. So that's really great. And like I said, she does self-soothe to go back to sleep. Obviously, sometimes if she's crying, I always pick her up. I don't let my daughter just cry. However, if obviously babies do little like whines and grunts and moans, and she might do a little like whine, but I leave her until she actually cries. Because sometimes that whining is just like, that's baby's way of communicating, and that's just her way of being like, oh, like I'm frustrated, or or whatever, like that's just her communicating. But when she actually cries, that means, mommy, I need you. So I just kind of wait to kind of see what kind of cry it is, and then when she really cries, then I come and get her. But it's worked wonders, because she self-soothes a lot. Like she's found her hands, she sucks on her hands to go to sleep. I do give her a nunny. At first she wouldn't take her nunny at all, but now she does, and she likes it now, which is awesome. But then once that falls out, she'll use her hands and suck on her hands. And a lot of times, even through the night, I'll put her down, and I know she's still awake because A, her eyes are open, and B, I can hear her like moving her arms and legs and like just kicking around, and she'll do a little like grunts and gurgles, and sometimes she'll do a little whine, but then she's asleep. So she does put herself to sleep, which is awesome, and that will make my life and her life easier when it comes to when she gets older for sleep training. Because I know you can get into really bad habits, and then the baby doesn't know how to soothe themselves, and that's not only extremely difficult on the parents, but also on the baby, because then they're not getting sleep either, and they're crying and they're upset, where this way she is okay to self-soothe, and she goes down, and it's great. So typically she has her bath, and I put her down. Like last night she was out at 8:30, so she slept from 8:30 till 1 a.m. and then I got up and fed her. And then typically after that long stretch, she's up every hour and 45 to 2 hours. But then, so she was up with me at 7 o'clock this morning, and then she went back down at 8, and then she slept till 9, and then she went back down at 9:45, and she slept till like 12:30, and she's actually still sleeping now. She did wake up, and she's sleeping again now, and it is it's 1:22, so she's been sleeping for a little bit now. Sorry, I just have to text my mom. So yeah, sleeping has been great, and I feel like now that she's sleeping more and napping more, I'm getting more sleep. I'm so much happier. I am a better mom to her because I'm rested, and I finally at 1 month feel like I've got this mom thing. Like obviously I'm not an expert whatsoever, and sometimes she still cries and I don't know what to do for her and all this stuff, but I just, compared to the first week and the second week, which were incredibly, I have like a hair in my mouth, incredibly difficult, I feel like this is night and day. Like it's so much easier. So if you are pregnant and you're gonna have a baby, the first 2 weeks are gonna be really hard. You're gonna cry, you're gonna be emotional, you'll probably be sad, have the baby blues, not know what to do, because you have so many hormones and you're just getting used to this baby and you don't know what she needs yet. But I promise you, or if you are going through that right now, I promise you after a month, it's so much easier. Like you start to learn what your baby needs, and you're getting to know each other, and you start getting more sleep, and it's a lot easier. So hang in there. I promise it does get better. So yeah, sleeping has been going really well, so has breastfeeding. I know they say at 4 weeks now she's going to start cooing and making little noises, and they do say that between 6 weeks and 8 weeks is when they'll have their first official smile. Anything before that is typically just gas or it's like involuntary, but I swear she's already starting to smile because she is ahead, because she's a bigger baby, she is ahead of her age. So she's only 4 weeks, but after 2 weeks she was already lifting her head. Like I'd hold her up here and she's lifting her own head and her neck, which is farther than a typical baby at that age. And she's also she found her hands like over a week ago, so she is a little bit ahead because she's a bigger baby. So I'm really excited for like more smiles. This morning I swear she smiled like so many times, and it was just awesome and wonderful, and that's like melt your heart moment. And I do have to say too, obviously you love your baby after the first and second week and when you first meet them, but the love that I have for her now, it's almost like it increases every single day. It's like every day I love her more and more and more. And the love I have for her now is like, it's even more than the first couple weeks. Like I'm just obsessed with her. I love her. Sometimes when she naps, I'm like, are you gonna wake up yet? Like I wanna hold you and play with you and all that stuff. So speaking of playing, this is the time where she can start tummy time. So I am gonna start her on her little elephant mat. We're gonna do some tummy time. And yeah, she's not really able to be entertained, quote unquote, but we do have little toys that I will show her, and she like looks at them and they crinkle and they make noise, and she does look at them, but she, you know, she's still too young to actually be entertained and like focus on something for a long time. But she is a very knowing baby. Like you hold her and she's like looking around. She looks at the lights, like the pot light. She loves pictures. She looks any like when you're around windows, like the light coming in, she stares at that. She like follows like her grandma and grandpa. Like she's very alert, and she's very, we call her nosy. Like she just always wants to be awake and know what's going on. At the beginning, I was having a difficult time because she was not sleeping during the day, and she'd get so fussy and so upset because she just would fight her naps. But now she's starting to nap more because now I know when she's getting tired and when she needs that. So I'm putting her down before she gets to that point. And I know how to soothe her now. So now she's napping like a champ and she's sleeping well through the night. So again, we are establishing like a good routine that way. My mom and I joke that my mom says she has my personality hands down. My mom's like, oh my God, this was you as a baby. Like this was you as a baby, 100%. She will let you know if she doesn't want something. Like sometimes I think she wants milk, so I'll put her on the boob and she will just like fight and just be like she'll let you know that that's not what she wants, which is so funny. So I'm kind of glad that because she's a girl, she's gonna have that feisty personality like her mama, because I think that's awesome. And yeah, she will let you know if she doesn't want something, and if she doesn't want to do something, she's not gonna do it. And that's my personality. Being a Taurus and all, that's me. So it's kind of cute to see that she's like me. Colin is obsessed with her, and I know he misses her because he's been in California since last Sunday and it's now Thursday. And he's not coming home till tomorrow night, so he misses her. We have a couple nicknames for her. He calls her his little potato. I call her my chunky monkey. I call her princess, Blakey girl, munchkin, that sort of thing. And we do sing to her. We sing, my mom sings a song that's more my mom's generation that I don't really know. I forget what it's called, but I sing, we sing Wheels on the Bus, You Are My Sunshine, and I just started the I'm a Little Teapot, and I like put her arm up and her leg. It's cute, and we do stuff like that. I am going to do a separate video too on colic, because she was quite colicky, and now I have a set of things that work so well, so I'm going to do a separate video on that. But she's no longer colicky. I honestly, one of the biggest things was cleaning up my diet, not having any artificial proteins or additives. I just eat clean, like eggs, chicken, or eggs, meat, vegetables. That's it. No dairy, none of that stuff. And she's been so much better. But I will do a separate video on that, so stay tuned for that video. And yeah, so she's doing amazing. I love her so much. She's a big girl. And yeah, like I said, I'm just incredibly obsessed with her. I already booked her immunizations for 8 weeks because that's when they get their first round. And yeah, we are still going on vacation with my parents and the baby in I think the first week of November, but I think we're just gonna go to Florida because honestly I just feel safer bringing a new baby to the United States as opposed to like Mexico or Dominican, because God forbid if anything happened, you have amazing medical care in the United States, and it's like the brother of Canada, so it's just safer and I just feel more comfortable with that. So we are going to go somewhere in Florida with her because we want to go on a trip and we have to use up our credits. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm so excited. She's got a bikini, a watermelon bikini, and she's got another little one-piece one. So yeah, we're getting really excited for that. She has her last appointment with the midwives because they only see her up to 6 weeks, and then we go to my family physician. I know in the States, people get pediatricians. We don't in Canada. In Canada, you get a pediatrician if something is concerning or not 100% right and healthy with your baby, where in Canada you just take her to your family physician. So so she has her last midwife appointment in 2 weeks, just another checkup, and then I'll bring her to my family physician for her immunizations and a checkup and all that stuff, and she'll continue to get her shots that way. So yeah, everything is good with her. She is in 3 to 6 month clothing, and she's 4 weeks old. 3 month, some things will fit her, but she's like, her 3 month pajamas and stuff like that are getting kind of tight. Sorry if you could hear the background noise, by the way. I had a little like rain app on for her, so you probably heard birds and stuff. I just noticed that now, it just went off. So sorry if you heard that. But yeah, she's kind of growing out of the 3 month. They're getting a little tight on her, so she's in 3 to 6 month and some 6 month clothing already, which is crazy. Yeah, so that's everything with her. In terms of myself, like I said, breastfeeding is going well. I'm not actually that sore anymore from my incision because I did have a C-section. I would say this is the last couple days have been the first that I've actually felt normal again, and I'm not really sore. I don't feel like I ever overdo it. And I'm also bleeding less, which is really good. Side note on that, my midwife said that, because this is a question that I had, so I'm wondering if any of you have it. I thought because I didn't have a vaginal delivery and I had a C-section, I would be able to be intimate faster than 6 weeks, because typically you have to wait 6 weeks after you give birth to be intimate with your spouse, with your husband. And I thought maybe I wouldn't have to wait that long, but my midwife said that typically you should, or she said you can gauge it by like as soon as you stop bleeding, then you have the okay to go ahead and be intimate, which I didn't know. So if you guys were wondering that, some people say you still have to wait 6 weeks, but my midwife said as soon as you stop bleeding, that's like a good indication that you're ready to go. I'm not on any sort of birth control, and I don't plan on being on any sort of birth control. My body doesn't agree with it, and obviously I don't want to get pregnant right away. I'd like to wait till she's 11, 12 months to start trying again for baby number 2, but I don't believe in birth control. I hate birth control pills. They just don't agree with my body, so we're just going to continue doing what we did before, which you can use your imagination on what that is. Again, it's not the pill. We don't use condoms or anything like that. It's just, we're just careful. And I know my ovulation schedule, so we did it for 6 years and nothing happened, so we're just going to continue to use that method. Yeah, my incision is healed. My stomach is finally, like at this point, my belly button is going back to normal, and my uterus is still shrinking. The skin is tightening up. It's looking a lot better. I would say this week it's looked the best it's looked since I've had my surgery, because if you've had a C-section or if you haven't, don't be alarmed. Your stomach after is still going to have quite the bulge, and it takes a long time to get rid of. But again, clean eating has made such a difference. I lost another 4 pounds last week after staying at a steady weight for like a week and a half. I finally dropped again because I changed up my diet, and so I have lost 35 pounds, I think. I have about, I'd like to lose another 15, and that would be my goal. So I've got my last 15 pounds to lose, and I know I can do it, especially with my diet changes, which I will share with you guys in vlogs and other videos and stuff like that. But I'm back into my some of my pre-pregnancy jeans. I have a couple pairs that are like a little bit tighter that I can't really do up because of my stomach, but there are some pairs, like more of the jeggings, that I can wear, which is awesome. I am back into all my old tight tops and clothes. That's all the same. I can't get into my shorts yet, but I'm going to. Those were the things that were like the snuggest, and that's when I was really tiny. So I just have to wait till I get maybe another 10 pounds off and then it'll fit. But I am gonna continue to update you guys on my weight loss, and I do that in my vlogs, and I also will do sit down videos as well. But yeah, I will show you my body at this point after surgery. So give me 1 second. So this is where I am at. I just have my Nike Pros on. So as you can see, I still have a bit of I have hair in my mouth. I still have like the bulge right here, like, because this is basically my incision is right here. So this part's like flattened out pretty well. It's just right here I still have a little bit of a bulge, but that's what we are looking like at this point. And yeah, I just have like, I just felt like wearing these because I might go for a walk later, but I'm not too sure. And then I'll show you, so this is what your kind of your stomach looks like after a C-section. So obviously I still have like my stretch marks, and I still have my linea nigra, which is the line you get when you are pregnant. And my belly button is getting more shaped, like actually it's starting to go back into a belly button where before it was like all stretched out. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And so for right now, anything kind of more high-waisted I prefer, just because I still have like a little bit to lose. And actually, like, it's so funny, I never in my life had weight in my stomach until I had a baby. So now it's like the last 15 pounds is all in my stomach. Like everywhere else I'm the same, especially even my back and my shoulders. Like just from lifting her and like rocking her like this, my shoulders are ripped again and my back is like all defined like it was when I got married. So I'm super happy about that, but I'm not used to having weight in my stomach because I'm usually gaining in my hips and my butt. So this is a first for me, but I am, with good nutrition, gonna get it off, and eventually with exercise. But like I said, I still have to wait another 2 weeks before I can even exercise. And even then, I can only go for walks and like slowly build up to other things. I'm not gonna do any sort of weightlifting until probably closer to a year, because I don't want to screw anything up or rip anything open. So I think I'm just gonna stick to like cardio and body weight type stuff, maybe some like HIIT training, but nothing too intense, not a lot of ab work. I'm just gonna, I mean, abs are built in the kitchen, so I'm just gonna eat super clean and we'll see what happens there. I will show you the baby, even though she's like passed out completely, but I will show you her, and then that will be it for the update. But there she is. And she is out cold. And that's how she always sleeps. But there she is. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's too bad that she wasn't awake, because I kind of wanted to like hold her and show you, you know, how she is when she wakes up and stuff like that. But that's okay. She's tired, but I love her so much. And honestly, like, people say that it is the best job in the world, and you might not feel like that until she gets older, but I promise you, you will feel that way. It's extremely difficult. It's literally the hardest job I've ever done in my entire life. So if anyone says it's easy, they're lying, because it's not. But the love that I have for her is like unlike anything else. So I'm so blessed, and I'm already thinking about baby number 2 and possibly 3 and 4, although I don't know about that, but we'll see. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.